time for Leadership Off the Leaf. Great leaders smoke great cigars. Now, in their fourth season, Austin and Dice are back with more leadership advice and cigar knowledge to share. Grab a cigar and let's put some smoke in the air.
Welcome to another episode of Leadership of the Leaf. My name's Austin.
Wow, what's up, Austin? What's up?
Hi, Dice.
Yay, that's my name. I'm Dice.
Yeah,
you know
I was waiting for you to introduce
you know
yourself.
it. Yeah, you introduced me because I'm cool. Cool like that. Dice.
Okay, sure.
All right. Hey, when you grow a fro this big, you have to be introduced by someone else.
Oh.
No?
Sure. I'm gonna let you think that.
Well, someone called me a DeBarge looking mofo before, so I wonder if they still think that with this fro.
Because you're what?
DeBarge looking motherfucker. DeBarge.
Oh.
You don't know who DeBarge is? Come on.
Yeah.
In the rhythm of the night. Okay, I did a horrible job, but
You look more like Uncle Drew to me right now.
Uncle Drew. Hey, before we get started, I want you.
You want me to go Richard Jefferson? Is that more your time?
Did you notice? That the last preview before the last episode or whatever, we put a video up. The video. There was a quick little video on story or whatever. Did you like that? You know, like I'm pretty sure our viewers like that, our listeners.
I'm sure that if they did.
Could we get some feedback on that?
Feedback. We need feedback. But I do want to. I want to throw this out there to our listeners and apologize in advance. Dice didn't tell me that he was fucking doing that. So I had no idea. No idea whatsoever.
Yeah. There you go. Surprise! Zip ties, motherfucker.
Large fries, motherfucker.
Wrong size, motherfucker.
All rise, motherfucker.
Heart
Two
eyes,
pies. Two pies, motherfucker.
I mean, all right, we can go on forever with that shit.
Fuck it.
All right. Well, now that I got that out of the way.
Yeah,
You
did.
I actually enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. People get to kind of see us, and they get to hear a little bit of the show.
Yeah.
What are we smoking, man? We smoking the same thing this time. What are we smoking?
We are smoking. It's been a minute. I feel like it's been a minute. We smoked the same thing. Am I wrong? Am I going crazy?
I don't know. I think the last 3 episodes we smoked something different, but today.
Right.
But today.
This shit right here.
Right now. Go ahead and announce that shit, yo.
We're smoking the Crown Head Corneta Habano.
I think it's Earl size. I'm not sure what Earl size was. That 5x54 or something like that.
Yeah. It's almost like a Robusto.
Yeah, they just want to come up with their own stuff, but that's cool. I mean, it's allowed.
Sure. I mean, it's kind of like there's not like an international fucking size commission that everyone says they have to conform to these sizes. It's not a thing.
Well, that's true because Cuban sizes are different than what we normally used to hear, and then there's no set rules, so people can change it up to however they want anyway.
Exactly. I call this the El Gran Jefe. It's a fucking Lonsdale. Why the fuck is that El Gran Jefe? Like,
we have like a good 5-6 minutes if you want to announce what you're drinking.
I hate you. I want to drink. Okay, I'm drinking scotch. It's Balvenie Scotch, aged in a Caribbean cask for 14 years. That's it. Ta-da.
Okay, so to write, because I keep track of what we drink. So to write this, if I had to put a tick mark, my ticking scotch or my ticking whiskey?
Scotch. God damn it. It's scotch.
Okay, what does the bottle say?
Scotch. Malt scotch. No? You want to start? Hey, Dice, what are you drinking? So if you want to clown on me, let me clown on you for a second.
No. I'm asking what you're drinking. Why you being like that, man? Come on, man. Come on, it's a scotch. It's a scotch malt scotch. Is that doesn't sound right? Come on. Let's be honest. Single malt scotch whiskey. Oh, that's where the confusion comes in. So I will mark this under scotch, sir. Even though whiskey's in the name, I'll mark it under scotch. It's okay. It's okay. Well, Caribbean, Caribbean, right? Is that what it's a Caribbean cask?
It's a Caribbean cask. Oh man,
Caribbean. That's great. You know what else is Caribbean cask?
What?
Rum.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not rum. It didn't even say rum in the title at all.
Nope.
No, it's a scotch.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool, bro.
Well, I'm gonna make this really easy for you.
Okay.
Almost everything I drink can be marked under the whiskey umbrella, right?
Yeah.
Giant whiskey umbrella.
Because
scotch,
all scotch is whiskey.
Yes, but not all whiskey is scotch.
Okay.
Right? So it's like religion, right? There's a shit ton of Protestant religions. Like you got the Baptists, the Episcopalians, all these other fucking, right? There's all these denominations, but they all fit under Christianity.
Yeah.
Catholicism, right? It's the same thing. Everything fits under whiskey. Then you have scotch, you have bourbons, you have your rye.
So I should just mark everything whiskey.
If you want to make it easy, sure.
To make it easy? No, I want to make it accurate.
Well, then you should mark it under scotch.
I want to be factual.
Okay, then.
All right.
I want to be factual about what the fuck you drinking, because you clowned on me for a couple minutes.
I'm not clowning. I'm clarifying. So what I'm drinking. This is what I'm drinking.
Something else.
I'm not drinking Hennessy tonight.
I know you're not.
I'm drinking a hard seltzer. It's made by Happy Dad, and they teamed up with Death Row.
Death Row Records.
Yeah, that same Death Row Records, is owned by Snoop now, not Suge Knight anymore. It's owned by Snoop. And the flavor that Death Row decided to go with was grape.
They know their audience.
So yes, it is a.
They make a watermelon too.
See, yes, they do.
They make an orange flavor.
They do make an orange, and their fruit punch. Their fruit punch isn't called fruit punch; it's called red. No, all right, I made that last part up.
Oh, shit.
But no, my flavor really is grape. That's not a joke. I'm not joking about that.
We are getting canceled for this.
We're getting canceled for telling the truth that I'm drinking a grape Death Row Records hard seltzer that teamed up with Happy Dad. I'm getting canceled for telling the truth.
No, it's for the jokes I made after that.
Oh, those were jokes? I thought you was being for real.
You know what? I gotta stop because you're gonna get me in trouble.
You're making me angry.
All right, am I? Would it make you angry if I asked if they made a fried chicken one?
that would make me angry. Oh my god! Oh, we're so in trouble.
We're so canceled. Lord,
no, we're not. We're not. All right, so before we get started, I pulled up their website. Okay. They have fruit punch, grape, raspberry. Fruit punch only Texas. They got their own. They have a tea. They have a big papa.
That's the fried chicken one.
Actually, it's just the size of the can, but they named it Big Papa. Oh my god. Okay, I'm done.
I like it when you call me Big Papa.
And you can buy it in a 2-pack.
I'm sorry. Did you say Tupac?
2-pack. A 2-pack, sorry. A double pack. Is that better? Should I say? Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. So Austin, we're smoking crown heads, yeah?
Yep.
Crowned
head. Head. Get it fucking right.
I will.
You're gonna make me angry if you don't fucking get this right.
Can we please just say what we almost 10 minutes of just laughing at my drink and your drink. Can we please? What is this episode even about? What is this even about? Why are we even doing this? What's going on? Is this really about the cigar?
We talked about practice. We talked about the game.
Apparently, we're talking about drinks.
All right. We're talking about anger. Anger. We gotta turn up the EQ, the emotional quotient on anger. Well, you can't fucking be serious.
All right.
That shit's fucking making me angry.
I'm gonna read the title. I'm gonna read the title because this is pulled. People with high emotional intelligence do 5 things when they get angry, says a certain psychologist. They never act out. Why is that? Because they do these 5 things, Austin. Jeez, the answer's right there.
Okay. What 5 things do I need to be doing then, Dice?
Well, I just want you to know, this is an article from CNBC website. I came across this article and I was discussing it with you. I came across the article around 27 June of this year, and it's by Julie Fraga. I probably pronounced her name wrong. It could be Fraga, something. Fraga. Whatever. It's Fraga. I don't want to take anything away from her. She's a contributor for this article. She's a psychologist and emotional focused therapist with over 20 years of experience. She's the one that contributed this whole article. It caught my attention because we've been talking a lot about emotional intelligence and EQ for the past couple of episodes. This year it became kind of a buzzword in the industry, and it's more of just smart intelligence, right? It's more of building on that emotional intelligence, because you can go to school, you can be smart, you can do a lot of things, you can be a very smart person, but it's a different level of smartness when you're dealing with something that has nothing to do with brain power. It has more to do with the persuasion of how you talk to someone and how you relate and connect to a person. So it needs more than just intelligence to be emotional intelligent, you know? So that's why it caught my eye, and that's why I was sharing it with you. That's why we were discussing it, and that's why we made it an episode. Make sense?
Those are a lot of great details.
Okay. Good. I'm glad you agree. Oh my God. This is going to be good, sir. This is going to be good.
Sure. Yeah. We're 13 minutes in. We have just introduced the whole topic. All right, let's get into this. So I do agree with you. Emotional intelligence is definitely becoming a buzzword in the industry, and anger can derail even the greatest of leaders. Right? Like, I have seen the most calm, cool, collected leader that I had the utmost respect for. Something went wrong, and he yelled, and immediately, just like that, I was like, he screamed at somebody, and they didn't even really do anything wrong. They tried to anticipate his needs, and that was obviously not what he did. And he yelled at them, so it made me, like, I don't want to say lose respect for him, but it made me question a lot. It's like, is this guy as good as I thought he was? So those, who avoid anger tend to feel stuck and powerless, but those who befriend their anger can make good use of its message. When handled wisely, anger can help you deal with conflict, make sound choices, and stand up for yourself. So, the 5 ways. Let's get into the 5 different ways emotionally savvy people can work with their anger. So, first thing they've got to do is they got to name it.
Yeah, when I first read name it, I was like, I'm angry and I'm going to name it Bob. This Bob makes me angry.
No, man. Are you frustrated? Are you pissed off? Are you irate?
Yeah.
Are you just a little annoyed? What kind of anger are you?
Yeah. So, most of us suppress our anger, occasionally. Some of us, for example, if your partner, any married guy is going to relate to that. If your partner angers you at a party or whatever, you might bite your tongue. and you wait till you get to the house because you don't want to express your anger in public like that, right?
I just wait till we're off the episode.
Fuck you. Barring your anger, burying, yeah, barring and burying, saying almost whatever. Your anger over and over like that. I mean, however, can hurt your mental health. When you do stuff like that, it kind of hurts your mental health. It's associated with irritability, your guilt, reduced life satisfaction, and depression. Because I will admit, I mean, we just had Mental Health Month. That was back in June for men or whatever. Like, you suppress the anger a lot of times. I don't want to let it out because I want to be that calm, cool, collective person. But if you suppress it so much, you don't want it to come all out at the wrong time, right? So it's for your mental state, for your well-being and everything. You want to handle that wisely. I mean, depression, that's a real thing, right? And for those that suppress it for so long over time, it's going to build up. So it's not wise to do that.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because I actually was just listening to he was a parental therapist or child psychologist, kind of like, you know, he works. He goes, do you like your screaming, nagging kids? The mom was like, of course I like my kid. And he goes, no, you don't like it when they're screaming and nagging. You think that you like it and you try to, but you end up getting pissed off and you bite your tongue. That's so far, and then you get mad and then you start doing something else and you don't correct them because you're an idiot. And so you don't correct bad behavior. So you just let that sit and seethe and get angry. And then they come and they try to draw you a picture, and they're trying to learn the fine art of drawing and trying to work at it. And they come and look, and the child's forgotten about the fight already. And they're like, Mommy, look, I drew you a picture. And you're like, yeah, that's great. You didn't look at the picture, so you just shut them down and discipline them for trying to draw a picture because they've already forgotten about the fight 2 hours ago that you just had with them. So suppressing your anger can do a lot of things and hurt relationships with people, that irritability, that guilt, that reduced life satisfaction. There's a lot of things that repressed anger and suppressed anger can do. And they don't let, but emotionally savvy people don't let suppression become the norm. They're going to name their anger. It's a process known as affect labeling, not effect labeling, affect labeling. Naming your anger validates its existence. It also calms down the part of the brain that controls anger, which takes the edge off a sharp feeling. I've done this with my kid. He's got mad and screamed and punched a pillow. I'm like, hey, what are you feeling right now? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling annoyed? Are you feeling sad? Are you just upset with the decision that I made? Like, what are you feeling? Like, explain to me. And when I start naming certain things off, because he's 7, so he doesn't have the vocabulary. He goes, I'm frustrated and I'm a little sad that you won't let me do what I want to do because I have to do a checklist and clean stuff before I could get on a screen. I'm like, I understand your frustration and your little bit of sadness. I can totally understand that, and it's a valid feeling. And immediately I see him go from like an 8 to like a 4. And he's just like, whoosh. And I'm like, well, let's talk about it. And just by him going, I'm frustrated and I'm sad, and it, boom, brings it down. And he's like, okay, I've focused. You know how I'm feeling. I feel better that you know how I'm feeling now. And he's 7, like I said, he's 7. So imagine if you're 37 and you do this and you're like, you just go and you journal or whatever, and you're like, how am I feeling? Like, and you're thinking to yourself, and you're like, man, I'm frustrated at this process, not at the person, but I'm frustrated at the process and how bureaucratic it is, and it's very annoying that I have to do this sort of stuff. And you'll just feel yourself calming down, and then you're like, I'm not even mad at the person who said that the process, I had to follow the process. Like, I'm mad at the process now. And then you can go back and apologize to Jill or whoever and say, sorry for yelling at you for the process of expense reports, but that I feel like this is a silly process and it's very cumbersome and I don't like it. And then it's like immediately you're like, whoosh, I feel better. I'm down regulated. I'm good.
I mean, those are great examples. There's a textbook example that we're going to go over, but before we go over that textbook example, because you took so long with your intro, I think we should go over your first third. Because you took so long with the intro, we should go over the first third. Because I was very, swift with it, trying to get the show moving on, and you...
I'm very frustrated that you feel that way. All right, so this Caribbean cast, it's very smooth. It's got that sugarcane molasses-esque quality to it, so it's on the sweeter side. So I feel like it's taking some of the pepperiness that I would normally find in a Habano, and it's smoothing that out. So I'm really getting quite a bit of like cocoa and earth and cream.
Well, the Habano normally, you're right. The Habano, I can't
There's
say
some cedar in there, I think.
You're exactly right. I can't say that, but the Habano typically brings a little spice to it somewhere, somehow, some form of fashion, right? But I'm also not getting that, and I'm not drinking my typical Hennessy. So the hard seltzer is not overly sweet. It is a sweet drink, but it's not overly sweet like one may think a hard seltzer would be. The cedar, I definitely get cedar. I get more cedar. I think your drink is taking some of that cedar away. Cocoa is definitely there, and maybe the cocoa is filtering into like a coffee-ish flavor, but that could be because of my drink compared to your drink. When I retro inhale, there is a slight spice to it, but it's not enough to be like, aha, there's that spice. So I'm curious to how it's going to build over time, because I can see where you got that creaminess to it. So I'm very excited for the second third. And I believe we smoked the Cornetta. I believe we smoked the Maduro version of it, though.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So shout out to Crown Heads, because they hooked us up.
They did. Straight up. All right. Example time. So let's do this textbook example that we have. So, all names changed to protect the innocent. Alex, that fucker, no, I'm kidding, is working on a group project at work. One of his teammates, Jordan, consistently misses deadlines, shows up unprepared to meetings. During a particularly important meeting, Jordan once again arrives late and unprepared, causing the group to fall behind. So that's kind of like, how would you handle it? So,
I'm curious to how you, fucking Jordan.
It's hard for me to say, right? Because I'm not there in the moment. I'm not feeling the pressure of being behind. But I've kind of been in similar situations. Probably at the beginning of my career, I would have bottled it up and just done the work. Right? I would have been like, go fuck yourself. You're useless. And just done the work myself. And I gotta keep this train moving. And then I would have went and told my boss and been like, get Jordan off my fucking team. They're useless. I can't fucking stand them, and they never come prepared. And they're a waste of space and actually slowing me down. Addition by subtraction is the case. Get them the fuck out.
Right.
And that's what I would have done. Now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, I would probably have pulled Jordan aside and been like, everything okay? Are you good? Has you got something going on in your life that you can't come to work prepared and make deadlines? Is there something? Do you need a break? Do you need vacation time? I'd probably be like, investigate a little bit, not just be like, I'm fucking mad at you. I would have been like, hey, you good? Okay, because if this keeps happening, you're going to keep putting the group further behind, and I cannot have that, and it's slowing us all down, and we're all getting very frustrated with you, and I need you to please exit the team. Or something along those lines. It's probably how I would try to handle it now. But again, not being there, it's like, would you jump in front of a bull to save me? Fuck, I don't know. Probably not. Probably wouldn't have time. But yeah, so I mean, that's probably how I would have handled it. One of those two ways.
This particular situation actually did happen to me. I don't know if we was working together at that time or not, but I was quickly put in charge of a different group that was completely different from any group I've ever done before. And they gave my second hand, like my right hand guy, they gave it to some fuckboy. Right? I'm not going to say his name. And I immediately went to my boss and I was like, look, I can make this happen. 100%. I'm all on board. But the fuckboy that y'all got me to be my second in charge is a fuckboy. I can't deal with it. I don't want him on my team. Period. And of course, my boss being at the time, being way more mature and wiser than I am at that stage of life, was like, cool, I'm glad you came to me with this. I want you to understand that we're not going to remove fuckboy. You're going to have to figure out how to work with fuckboy. And good luck. And I know you can do it. I was mad. I was like, why would they set me up for failure? Why would they do this? They gave me fuckboy to set me up for failure. But unfortunately, I was not able to mitigate any reactions or anything with that team because that team was broken up before we became an actual team. I had some things that come up and then I just was pulled from the team altogether. No recourse to the fuckboy or any problems that we had. It's just I had different things going on in my life at the time. But now that I look at it, I would accept that challenge. I would have been like you, of course, wiser and more mature now. But like, look, fuckboy, you're not a productive member of this team. I'm not the only one that see it. The people below you see it. The people above me see it. And we need to we need to change our actions to make you part of this team. If you don't want to be part of this team, then we need to remove you from this team because the only thing you're going to do is slow everyone else down. You're going to create resentment amongst the people that are below you, and you're going to create a slight hatred of the people above you because they're going to have to do your workload, whereas the people below you are going to have to do your workload, which equals hatred and resentment. And I don't want that for you because I want your career to advance just as well as I want my career to advance. Now, all that is like blah, 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 gearing towards that, but that is a mature way to handle my anger because Austin, I will admit, teenager, 20-year-old me would have cussed him out and probably wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Just simple as that. But I'm not 20 years old anymore, so
that's a damn sure.
Okay. So, meaning that let's continue with the example and see what the example actually says.
All right. So, Alex feels his chest tighten and his jaw clench time to rise in anger.
Wanted to fight.
In the past, he might have kept quiet to avoid conflict. But
which you would have done.
Yeah, I would have just kind of excluded them. Honestly, I would have been like, this motherfucker.
Ostracized him.
Move. Yeah. I would
go play with your toys. We got this.
Yeah, kick rocks, motherfucker. Instead of exploding or bottling it up, Alex takes a deep breath and says calmly, I'm feeling really frustrated and angry right now because this project matters to me, and it feels like we're not all equally committed. By naming his anger out loud, Alex acknowledges the emotion rather than burying it. This helps him feel more in control and opens the door for a productive conversation instead of resentment.
Yes. And I think that's where I would have came into play. I would have resented that person, like, especially if we're almost equal on stature or whatever.
100%.
Which wouldn't have been good
like,
either.
This motherfucker.
Which wouldn't have been good because you would have been talking shit to maybe subordinates, or you'd have been talking shit to maybe peers or something like that. And then now you would have got a bunch of peers on your same side, be like, yeah, fuck that guy. And now all of a sudden he's ostracized completely from everything. And that's not fair to him. I understand. I'm on the same page. Fuck him. We're in this group and he's fucking us. But maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe he thinks he's a productive member of the team. I don't know. However you want to look at it. I mean, this is a very vague scenario. And, of course, we're not living this exact scenario. But this is a textbook example.
But I've had something happen. I've been in a, not this exact scenario, but there was a person I used to work with who was not, they were very good at the administrative part of their job. They were not good at the execution part of their job, right? Does that make sense? They were very good at taking care of people, looking at details, paperwork, all that sort of stuff. When it came to executing and leading a team and making decisions, they sucked. They were terrible. They would I called him fucking palm tree because he would just sway whichever way the wind was blowing. I was like, you're fucking useless. Anybody can talk him into anything. So, anyways, at the time there was our boss who happened to be on the same level. He was just put in a position of power. Started talking shit about this guy, and everyone immediately joined in. Yeah, fuck that guy, blah 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 blah. And I was like, they all kind of looked at me like, you're awfully quiet. I said, I don't feel comfortable talking shit about somebody because this dude has a lot of fucking strengths that none of you motherfuckers have. You're not the one who caught that detailed this process that was getting fucked. Hey, you're not the one who caught that missing inspection that caused a huge problem later on down the line. You're not the one, I was like, he's the one who caught all of that. Maybe he's not the greatest at leading a team, but damn sure he's fucking phenomenal at this shit. So I don't see why we're talking shit about him.
Yeah.
His strengths just don't lie in this area. And that's fine. But I don't feel comfortable talking shit about him. Sure as shit, our boss, our big boss, district manager type boss, came in and was like, I was standing outside that door and I heard everything y'all motherfuckers said. And Austin, you're the only one who did something right and to point out his strengths because yes, I see that he's not strong at leading the team, but he is damn good at this. But all you guys just wanted to pile shit on top of him. And that's not okay. And had a big old sit down and stuff. So it was definitely one of those things where I was like, oh man, I'm fucking glad I didn't just join in and be like, nah, fuck that guy. Because I was like, nah, that just doesn't feel right. Their talents may not be in what their job is. We as a society misplace people all the time. Albert Einstein said, if you judge a fish's intelligence by how well it climbs a tree, you're going to think it's a moron. But if you judge by how well it swims, a fish's intelligence by how well it swims in the water, it's a genius. There's two different things, right?
Is that a true thing? Is that true? Is that an actual Albert Einstein thing? Do I need to look that up? Fact check.
Better Google.
No, I'm not going to Google. I'm going to take your word for it.
Somebody's going to do it.
But it's true. But it's true. I mean, even if it's not actually from Albert Einstein, exactly what you said is a truthful saying.
Yeah.
Right? It is 100% truthful thing.
So it's just one of those things. So just be careful. Take that take that breath and realize it. But anyways, yeah, it's actually not something he said. Sorry, it's not something he said.
But it's still a good fucking saying. Whoever said it. Who said it? You looking it up? Who said it?
I did. It's there's no evidence he penned this particular phrase.
Okay.
It's crucial to not acknowledge it's not a genuine Einstein quote. But yeah, no. Whatever. Nonetheless, it's still a good analogy, good quote. Yeah.
Good emphasis on exactly what we're talking about. You know what else would be good right now? What would be good right this second? Is
you take a break?
We taking a break. And when we come back from that break, you're going to tell everyone about your second, third, and then we're going to breeze through the other 4 examples.
I want to apologize to our listeners for how fucking slow this episode's gotten.
What? It got a slow start because you took 10 minutes to talk about your drink. You had 13 paragraphs about whiskey and scotch. You what? You'll be right back after this break?
Hola, mi gente. I'm Wanda Hernandez. I'm CEO of Sticks and Stones Productions, and we are here with Dyson Austin, and you are listening to Leadership of the Lead.
Don't forget, we need to follow the podcast so we know when new episodes drop.
All right, hey, welcome back. We just had a little break. Austin has been smoking on his cigar. I've been smoking on mine. We had a little side discussion about the flavor notes and what we're drinking, and now we're ready to share our second, third.
Yeah, so that creaminess has kind of come through a little bit more. I'm definitely getting There's cocoa in there, and I feel a little bit of pepper coming on the back end. Do you feel it? I don't know if you taste that.
I'm getting, I don't want to say earthy, umami, earthy.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah,
earthyish in it, but I can tell this. I can tell the spice coming. I can tell it's Ohana, so there's got to be some spice coming in somewhere, and I can tell it's coming in. That creaminess is set in, and I think that creaminess is in there to, like, okay, you got that creaminess. Bow, here's some spice, bitches. But I don't know. We'll find out in that third, the final third. Yeah, we'll find out in that third. But I think the earthiness mixed with the cream. Hey, not everybody can have an Irish, Caribbean, Scotch. Well, I don't remember all that fucking names you got. There's a second note in this whole emotional awareness, this emotional savviness, emotional EQ when dealing with anger. It took me a while to come across this part because I was a very reactive when it comes to anger in my youthful days. Very youthful days. One thing is, emotional savvy people, they don't act out on the anger. They talk about it. And to talk about your anger, that was ludicrous to me. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, however many years you want to go back, that's ludicrous to me to talk about my anger. I don't need to talk about my anger. It's time for me to react. Insults, door slams, yelling. These are a few ways anger gets acted out in hurtful ways. And as a teenager with your mom or whatever, screw you, mom, and you slam the bedroom door or whatever. These are ways of acting out. But emotional intelligent people don't unleash their anger and their rage like that. They use anger as an instrument and not a weapon. And I don't know what age I was when that switch happened. Because for me, I dealt with anger like you anger me, you disrespect me, and then you're going to get that same energy right back. I don't know if you ever been like that. I know I was.
I was. I still am when I get a little tipsy.
Okay.
My wife recently found out we knew each other for 3 years before getting together, and this was back in our 21, 22, 23 year old days.
Damn,
right?
eons ago.
Yeah, fucking ages. Anyway. So, like we were just discovering alcohol, quote unquote. Not really. But so we partied together, right? Like her friends was dating my roommate, we were of course boys and everything else. So but like so she was always like, I remember you drinking and having a good time. I was like, yeah, you didn't see me when I got really drunk because I wanted to fight every fucking buddy. And I would have too. And so recently she was like, we had the kids at the grandparents. She's like, let's go out to a bar and get fucked up. And I was like, okay, I haven't done that in a while. It was a bad idea. I knew it was a bad idea. But I fought a dude because he was hitting on my buddy's wife, and my buddy's wife was being a hoe and like dancing up on him. And I looked at my buddy. I was like, you okay with this? He's like, not really. So I went over and I knocked the dude out. But
okay.
When I came and got back to my senses, I was like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I don't do that shit. My wife, I've never seen you do that sort of stuff. And I was like, alcohol lowers inhibitions, right? Like,
allegedly knocked the dude out. Allegedly.
Anger, but the thing is, like, I took it as disrespect, right? Anger's meant is there to, like, it's meant to protect us, which is why it pops up when someone disrespects you, spills your secrets, crosses the boundary, whatever, right? Like, it's there to protect you, to be like, hey, I'm justified in my response.
Right.
I can be mad, I can yell at you, I can do whatever because you fucked up, not me. I didn't fuck up, you fucked up.
Right, and that's where the anger part of your brain takes over, right? And that's where you don't have that emotional EQ, the EQ to handle that situation, right?
Right.
So it happens as one, you grow as a leader. It happens as one, you get wiser and all that. So alcohol is not going to help, but that's the whole point of all that, right?
Right. Yeah, you got to handle your anger sensibly. It means that you got to communicate with words rather than fists or actions. The fear of being disliked and misunderstood or blamed might be challenging areas to express yourself in. It's going to make it difficult, right?
Yeah.
You have to kind of work through that. You have to overcome your fear. Like, usually when I see people who are just angry at the world, I'm like, why are you so afraid? And what do you mean? I'm not afraid. I'm mad. No, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid you're not going to fit in? Are you afraid that it's you versus the world, that you're not going to be accepted? Like what's going on here? It's a lot of people. It ends up being like, yeah, I just feel like I don't fit in with anybody, so I just kind of lash out. And people are like, yeah, it's the angry guy. Like, we like the angry guy. But if I was the real me, then I don't know if I'd be friends with the same people. And like even if like anger was off limits while growing up, or shown in scary ways. Let's say, abuse is a thing in our country. Staying silent can feel safer than speaking up. Hey, if I don't take up space, I don't get noticed, I'm not going to get beat on. Like if you came up with abusive parents or whatever, like if you don't speak up, guess what? You don't get noticed and you don't get the ass whooping that day.
Right.
Or like, hey, Dad, Mom, I think, we should try to have dinner at the table instead of in front of the TV because I like conversation. So, fuck, you saying our dinners aren't good enough? Like, well, that's not what I said. I like conversation. Like,
I'll shut the fuck up.
Shut up. I'm sorry. Anger, it's very difficult to overcome anger if you were not shown a very healthy way from a young age to deal with it.
Yeah, looking back at it, there's a few ways. There's two ways, at least a minimum of two ways you can start that conversation, especially when you're angry. Like, I like to talk with you about something that upset me. Austin, I like to talk to you about something that upset me. Your drinks are way too complicated.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Get over it, bitch.
The second question you can ask is, this is hard for me to say because I care about you. I felt angry when you brought a 5-paragraph Scotch whiskey to our podcast.
Well, first off, I'd like to say this is very hard for me to say because I supposedly care about you, but I feel angry when you won't shut the fuck up.
But we make jest of it, but those are questions, good questions to start.
Oh yeah, those are great. I've used that with my kid actually. Like, he's done something with like just set me off the edge, and 9 times out of 10 we're roughhousing and he smacks me in the face. And as almost with anybody, you get hit in the face, you immediately are like, I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Like, but he doesn't mean it, right? So I gotta take my whoop. Hey bud, let me talk to you. This really upsets me when you hit me in the face, especially with an open palm slap. I feel very disrespected. I don't like it at all, and it makes me want to yell at you. And I'm trying to control my anger because I'm very, very frustrated. I'm angry, and I'm trying not to yell at you because I know you didn't do it on purpose. But I'm letting you know I don't like it, and it makes me feel very angry. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to. I know. That's why we're having this conversation. That's why you're not getting smacked or spanking or anything like that. Like, this is how I'm handling my anger. You see how I'm very calm and collected. Yeah, okay. So when you get angry, what should you do? Oh, I should talk to you about it and tell you that I'm angry or I'm upset because of whatever happened. Absolutely correct.
That's absolutely wonderful, because what you're doing is, number 3 is you take the responsibility for their anger. You take responsibility. Those who own their anger don't blame it on others. Instead, they take the responsibility. You took the responsibility of your anger and you let your son know that, hey, I enjoy roughhousing with you. This is fun. We can play all day long like this.
Right.
But when you accidentally, or however it happens, hit me in the face like that, that part makes me angry, and that kind of stops the fun for us.
Yeah. Stops the fun for me, is what I told him. I was like, you may still be having fun by smacking me in the face, but I'm no longer having fun, and I'm really close to yelling at you. But I have to ask myself a couple questions. I have to say, what's out of my control? I can't control my son's actions. What is within my control? Within my control is my response to his actions.
That's in your control.
Space. There's a space there. Input, there's a space. Reaction. So the input is my son smacks me in the face. Breath, that's my space. My output, my reaction is going, hey bud, let's have a chat. Because right now I'm very upset, and I want you to know why I'm feeling the way I am, and now I'm not having fun. We need to pause and talk about this. And that's within my control. I can't force someone to apologize or make them change. And pouring your energy into a lost cause can make frustration and negative feelings fester even worse. I'm trying to change you. I'm trying to tell you how you can't make that person change. If they're a drunk and an alcoholic and they're not asking you for help, realizing that they need to change, guess what? Driving them to rehab and dragging them into a building ain't gonna do shit.
Nope.
Sorry. You could try to have the intervention to tell them how their actions have affected you, but if they go, yeah, so what? Guess what? They're not going to change. Stop pouring your energy into that lost cause. You have to handle what's in your power. What is in your power to control?
What you're saying, you got to handle your anger, which is in your control. Even small steps make a difference. Taking a few deep breaths instills that calmness within yourself. Talking and texting with a friend could help blow off some steam. Going for a walk, can help lower that adrenaline cortex levels, which is that anger part in your brain, and unwind that stress. Removing yourself from a stressful situation where you're angry about something, that can always help. Focus on what you can do helps you feel more empowered and confident. Like, sure, you could grab your son, choke him, or whatever you need to do. Be like, I hate when you fucking hit me in the face. That's going to do nothing.
Yeah,
it's going to do nothing.
Be like, scared of me.
Be like, okay, I'm not going to roughhouse with that anymore. Even though I was having a blast, I don't know what happened. I just can't do that anymore. Right? So you don't want to focus on it. You want to continue having fun. This is fun. We was just playing around, watching a little wrestling on TV, whatever happens. Right? Yeah. But you can control that by saying, hey, we can still have all this fun. Just don't hit me in the face, kid. What's up?
Yeah.
And then you're not angry about it anymore, and you've related your frustration about what makes you angry when you do play with him. Now, if he continues to do it like 3 or 4 times after that, then you might have to take matters in a different hand. Yeah. Like, didn't I just tell you?
Yeah, that's a different story. That's usually when I'm like, you can't handle playing with dad right now, so we're gonna take a break and we're gonna cool off. Well, let's do a different example, right? So let's say person, we'll call her Samantha, is furious after her manager publicly criticized her in a team meeting. Ooh.
Yeah.
Strike one against the manager, you fuck. She feels embarrassed, disrespected, and her first instinct is to vent to a coworker about how unfair and rude her manager was. But instead of spiraling, she pauses and asks herself, what's out of my control? Well, I cannot control how my manager gave feedback. I can't make them apologize or change their communication style overnight. But what's within my control? She can control how she responds. She can choose to address this calmly and privately, or find healthy ways to release her anger. That's a lot of people like, I go to the gym to release my anger. I lift heavy things. Great. Hey, you're getting a workout, you're staying healthy and releasing anger. I think that's a great thing. I go for runs, I go for walks, all great things. But if you don't, in my personal opinion, And by no means am I a psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything sort of that.
Yeah, you're not Julie.
Yeah, not at all. If you don't control the source of your anger, it's unhealthy. So you need to try to talk to your manager and say, hey, boss, what you did in there, I felt very disrespected by and embarrassed because the way you gave me feedback very publicly and criticized me very publicly, I felt was very disrespectful and it made me very angry. I would appreciate it if you have anything negative to say about my work to please do that in private after a meeting or something like that. Is that something we can kind of work on? And if they're like, nope, I'm going to keep doing whatever the fuck I want to do, well, maybe it's time to start looking for a different job.
Yeah. Well, what is one of the fucking like unwritten rules about being a good leader, right? Praise in public and punish in private.
Yeah. Criticize privately.
Yeah, that's one of the kind of unwritten rules. Another thing. Hey, I like the sound of that. Yeah.
Did you hear this 5 paragraphs come out?
Yeah, I did. And then it's gonna go glop 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 glop. Another thing you can do is you can turn that anger into a advocacy, right? Well, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, don't be angry. It's just a bug, Austin. It's just a bug.
Turn
that into advocacy.
All I heard was
see
noise, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" Make sure I'm not getting attacked by Mothra, okay?
Okay. Historically, anger has fueled societal change and efforts to support those in need. In other words, anger can motivate advocacy, volunteering, and activism. This is part of the anger that I think is a very small percentage, because I don't think a lot of people look at it in this way, and that's why when we was talking about it, that's why I wanted to add it in here for that. When we was going over the article, that's one of those things. You can let your anger inspire you by identifying ways to help your community. If economic inequities, or food waste, or public health failures, or whatever it is, another issue that makes you livid, consider channeling that anger into volunteering with political campaign promoting policies you support. Turn a pet shelter or to your local garden or a nonprofit organization. And time is limited, and considering donating a small amount of money or time to a worthy cause, whatever. So if you're just angry about the way society is going, if you're angry about seeing that homeless person on the street or something like that, turn that anger into something like, these people sponging off society makes me angry. And we kind of talked about this a little bit off air. It's one of those things where, okay, do something. Get out and vote in your public elections. A lot of people turn out for the big elections like presidential,
the local elections,
House of Representatives and stuff like that. But turn out to vote for your mayor. Turn out to vote for your treasurer of the state or something like that. Vote out for the smaller one. Yeah,
for your
those
school.
are the.
You don't like how the schools are running? Vote for your superintendent.
Those are the small elections. I say small elections, but really, in my opinion, they're bigger than the national ones.
Yeah.
Or the nationwide ones, because these are the ones that are going to directly affect where you live. Do something about it. Don't just sit there and be angry about it. Do something. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Well, you can go look back in our history, right, at the things that made society mad, right? Like, look at the Women's Rights March, the Civil Rights Movement. You know, those people were angry. Women's rights. We want the same rights as men. Okay, they were mad. They marched. They did all this stuff. They got it. Same thing with civil rights. We don't want to be segregated anymore. We should feel like we should be treated the same as white people. Absolutely. But nowadays we're like, why the fuck did we ever do that? That was dumb as a society, right? Like, I would say most people think that. I'm not gonna say everybody, because I've met a lot of ignorant folks, but
yes.
But positive actions can make good use of your anger. Like, community involvement conveys empathy, which can boost your mood. Spending time with like-minded people also reminds you that you aren't alone.
You're not the first person that was angry about something, right?
Yeah. You can even go different ways. There's car manufacturers. People are like, oh, I'm really mad about, how Ford handled this one recall. So they did a class action lawsuit. They protested Ford. More recent, there was that boycott on Bud Light.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
People were mad that they had that Bud Light that had the spokesperson, what was the name? Mulvaney or something like that. I don't remember. But anyways, they were mad about it, so they boycotted. Okay, they voted with their dollars. That makes sense. Same thing with a couple others. Like I don't like this store's policy. Tesla, right? Like, I don't like Elon Musk's involvement in the government. I'm going to stop buying or sell off my Teslas. Okay, cool. Like that, you're voting with your dollars. That makes sense. You're angry about it, so you're doing something about it to make somebody change their mind. Hopefully, right? Let's do a different example. Let's say Marcus lives in a city where he frequently sees unhoused individuals struggling to access food, shelter, and basic health care. One day, after witnessing a local official dismiss the issue during a town hall meeting, Marcus feels a deep surge of anger. Frustration mixed with sadness and helplessness. Instead of stewing on it, he asks, how can I turn this frustration into something useful? He starts researching local organizations that support people experiencing homelessness. Within a week, he signs up to volunteer once a month at a local food bank. He later joins the neighborhood group advocating for affordable housing and even donates to a nonprofit pushing for systemic policy changes. Through volunteering, Marcus not only channels his anger into something productive, but he also finds connection with others who care just as deeply. His mood lifts, he feels more empowered, he knows he's making a difference, even if it's that one step at a time. It's the same thing with lobby groups. I say this, and it's just the first one that comes to my mind is the NRA, right? Yeah. People will join the NRA, donate to the NRA so they can keep their second amendment right? Makes sense. They want to keep their guns. NRA is pushing to have them keep their guns. So why wouldn't they support them? Because they have one of the most powerful lobby groups in the country for that sort of stuff. Boom. I'm angry. I volunteer. I voted with my dollars. Same thing as you go out and vote, in your local elections. Like I said, go to your superintendent. I don't like Common Core math. Yeah. Okay. Vote for a different superintendent. Go listen to these town halls at libraries. Go meet and greet your superintendents, your local officials. Hey, I'm gonna have this town hall meeting. Great. Go talk. Go sit at it. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, they're boring as fuck. You want to be informed?
Yeah.
Go do that stuff.
Keep that same anger. I mean, I don't want to. It's a cigar podcast, right? I mean, we talk leadership, but we also talk about cigars. The PCA and there's other movements and stuff that deals with that. The lobbyists. There's so many times I've heard other podcast people and stuff mention that they go to the lobby for premium cigars and stuff like that, but yet the turnout is poor. But nobody cares about it until there's a 20% tax hike or something, and then the price of your cigar goes up. But before all of that, there's lobbyists and stuff where you can go and lobby against those to help fight against those price hikes and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's a reaction instead of a preliminary. Like you only being reactive
because being proactive.
That's the word I was looking for. They're not being proactive about it. But yet now that it happened, now you're angry. So use the anger and continue that anger. And next time that there's a lobby or something about premium cigars, go to it, attend it, speak your truth. Until then, you're just advocating the same anger that everyone else is. You're not using your emotional intelligence to advocate for that.
Shit, you write your congressman or woman or whoever, congressperson. I've done it. Hey,
I've done it.
We've done it. So-and-so. Don't vote yes on this bill or vote yes on this bill because of XYZ.
To help out the brick and mortars. I remember there was one that would help out the brick and mortars. And I think I sent the link to you, or we already was on the same wavelength about that, and we talked about it. I remember that.
And 9 times out of 10, it's like you get some BS response from their like automated machine or whatever. Like, hey, thank you
Yeah.
for taking the time. But
Yeah.
they're going to see their inbox. If they see their inbox at 100,000 of these emails, and they're all like, vote no, vote no, vote no, vote no, vote. They're like, God dang, my constituents want me to vote no on this shit. If I
Right,
don't
absolutely.
vote no, they might vote me out of the office next election.
Yes.
And so that they kind of put the pressure on them. But they recognize that anger is a wise teacher,
Yes.
and they, since anger usually feels terrible, it's easy to label the emotion as bad, right? Oh, damn, I shouldn't have done that. I acted out in anger. I feel terrible that I did that. Casting anger in this light can spark self-judgment. You may think that feeling outrage makes you an awful person, the belief that it can hold you back from exploring and understanding the emotion. Whereas emotionally intelligent people recognize that anger isn't a critic, it's a teacher. They use tools like self-reflection to deepen their relationship with it. Ask yourself, what is my anger trying to tell me right now? Maybe letting you know that something needs to change, for example, or that a relationship no longer works. Oh, I'm so mad at my spouse. She won't fucking talk to me or tell me that she cares or show me anything. Why? And then you kind of go, okay, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? Okay, I feel this way because we haven't talked in a meaningful way in 3 months. It's been hi, bye, whatever. Okay, maybe I need to take the time and tell her, hey, I feel very disconnected from you. Let's talk about this. If she blows you off, then maybe it's like, okay, has this run its course? Has this relationship run its course? And unfortunately, and I say this, and I'll say this actually 100% of the time, unfortunately, every relationship eventually comes to an end. Whether or not it is an end that you chose because it no longer worked for you, or the parties no longer exist via dying. Every relationship's going to come to an end, right? Like even your mom and dad are going to eventually pass away. I'm sorry to tell you that everybody.
Oh my God! Oh no!
That relationship's going to come to an end. At some point in your life, you're going to not have a mother or father relationship in your life. You're going to have one with your kids, where you're their mom or their dad, but you're not going to have your mom or dad, right? Like, and that's the most basic of relationships.
True. I mean, there's also another question you can ask is my anger, which this is where it deeps into the realm of your livelihood, right? Is my anger connected to any wounds from my past? Like, for example, unfortunately, being mistreated as a child might make you sensitive to slights or rejection now. I equate that to something like, and of course, I'm going a whole different tangent than what this example is sharing. Like PTSD, these veterans and stuff that goes to war and they see bombs and they see all this stuff, and then 4th of July comes. Of course, 4th of July and all this stuff is a celebration and all that. But then the bombs and explosions or whatever, they can resemble exactly what they see in the war. What they actually those are stuff from wounds from the past that's coming up to haunt. So in the same way with anger, like every time I said the word fridge or whatever, because I was a fat kid and I got smacked by my mom, now every time something with fridge is going to relate to a certain anger in myself. So not only what is my anger trying to tell me right now? Okay, I understand what it's telling me. So is this anger connected to something from my past? So those are the two questions that kind of go back to back and hand to hand. So when you decipher your anger's message, you can advocate yourself and make decisions that benefit you. You might end a hurtful friendship or relationship, as you was alluding to. Quit a toxic job because your boss sucks at life and refuses to change because she keeps belittling you in front of everyone and not doing it in private. Or you can begin a therapy session to heal wounds and stuff like that, if that's what you need in life. That second question is going to compound from the first question, and if the second question doesn't correlate to that first question, then you need to really focus on that first question more.
Yeah, so my wife actually has this. Her dad she would try to have conversations with him, and he would turn the TV on and turn it up when she was trying to talk. and would be like, and so she felt disrespected, right? As he's not paying attention to her, he's paying attention to TV. So now she will come downstairs and she'll start talking to me while I'm watching something. Not, hey dear, can you listen to me? It's, I'm watching something and she just starts in on something very deep. And I'm like, I'm sorry, were you talking to me? And she's like, I can't believe you just did that. You know how that makes me feel. And I'm like, hold the fuck on. I did not realize that you were talking to me about something serious. I need you to tell me, hey babe, could you pause the TV show? Could you mute it? Could you turn it off? I would like to talk to you about something. I don't know if you're coming down and ask me, hey, do you need a drink of water? Because I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to come sit down, we can watch a show. Like, I don't know if you're going to have that conversation or you're going to go, hey, we really need to talk about the words that your son used to talk to me today because I felt very disrespected. I have no idea what the conversation is going to be like. You cannot blame this on me. And I was like, I get that your dad used to do that, but I'm not your dad. I need to know like a little bit more. And so through that, I'm like, I get it. You're trying to heal your old wounds, but we gotta communicate a little bit more.
You, God damn it! I thought we was going to get through an episode without it.
Yeah, you know we can't do that.
Well, again, as I always say, for those who are just now tuning in, whenever the word communication is spoken or said in any form or fashion, it's a drinking game. You should take a drink of your adult beverage. And for this episode, it wasn't mentioned that much, but it was actually said because that is a key factor in leadership. And for your example, I'm gonna just give another example. I'm gonna just go down another example. We're gonna use Jasmine. Jasmine has always prided herself in being easygoing, but lately she finds herself snapping at her partner over small things. Dirty dishes left in the sink, texts going unanswered for a few hours, changes of plans. At first she feels ashamed and thinks, why am I angry all the time? I must be overreacting. But instead, shutting the anger down, Jasmine takes time on one evening to reflect. She asks herself, what is my anger trying to tell me right now? It's telling me, according to her, it's telling me that I don't feel seen or considered in a relationship, and that's starting to hurt. Is my anger connected to wounds from the past? And she's going to say yes, as is similar to your situation. Oh, wow. Similar to her situation, your situation, Jasmine needs were often dismissed or overlooked, and now is a sign of neglect, and even unintentional triggers deep emotional pain. Similar to your exact situation with the whole TV. So with this clarity, Jasmine decides to have an open, calm conversation with her partner about how she's feeling. She's also begun seeing a therapist because it affected her that much to explore the roots of her reactions more deeply. Instead of judging her anger, which most people kind of do, because she kind of did at the beginning, she listens to it and helps to advocate to her needs. She grows her self-awareness and begins healing her own wounds by communicating better with her partner, transforming what once felt like a problem into the path towards a personal growth. And she felt the need to actually seek professional help in this aspect because she really wants to work on not just herself, but clearly she wants to work on a relationship as well. But she took the time to reflect on, where's this anger coming from? And because I was talking, I'm going to take my drink now.
No, you're good. And that makes sense, right? Like, a lot of people, like I said earlier, they're just angry. And I, you always ask, why are you so angry? I don't know. Okay, well, let's talk. Let's figure this out. Let's break this down. What are you feeling? Let's name it. Okay, well, I'm feeling X, Y, Z. Okay, why do you think you're feeling that way? Well, I feel that way because back in the day, my mom used to be very abusive to me if I even questioned what we were having for dinner. Okay. You're not with your mom right now, and that makes sense. But let's try to channel this into something positive. Let's make sure we understand where our anger is coming from. You know, and then there's those people that you know, they view anger as dangerous. You know, anger is an internal tool for us to use as leaders. As leaders to facilitate growth. David, we'll use an example of David. He's always viewed anger as something dangerous, something to avoid or suppress. Growing up, he was taught that good people don't get angry. So he learned to smile through his discomfort and bottle things up. In his 30s, that's what, 20 years ago for you guys?
Oh, wow.
After being passed over for a promotion he worked hard for, David felt a burning resentment he couldn't ignore. Instead of pushing it away, he sat with it and asked himself, why am I so angry? As he reflected, he realized his anger wasn't just about the promotion. It was about years of staying quiet, overworking, and not setting boundaries. The anger wasn't there to destroy him. It was there to wake him up. With this insight, David began asserting himself more at work, asking for feedback, and clearly communicating his goals. He also took a course on emotional intelligence and began journaling regularly to better understand his emotions. Over time, he stopped seeing anger as the enemy. Instead, he viewed it as an internal signal pointing him toward change, growth, and self-respect. By handling his anger with curiosity and compassion, David didn't hope he flourished. I
want to also add that David started listening to Leadership of the Leaf because they had a few episodes on emotional intelligence.
Obviously.
Clearly.
And that's something, like, I think a lot of people could sit there and be like, I got fucking passed over for promotion again. How the fuck? I've gotten passed over for promotion so many times in my career. It's not even funny.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. I'm not saying that
I'm
you
angry.
haven't.
I'm angry.
Okay, but then I have to sit there and ask myself, I'm like, okay, did I do the best that I fucking could? Did I give it my all? If the answer is no, I have no one to blame but myself, because what can I control? What's within my control?
Correct. And that's what I did.
So, therefore, if the answer is no, I gotta stop. I gotta go, all right, well, I'm not good enough. I didn't do it. If the answer is yes, then I go, okay, why do then I go talk to my boss. Why did I get passed over for promotion? What do I need to do different to be looked at in a better light for promotion next time? And start asking for that feedback. Start speaking, so to speak, start speaking my truth. Hey, I would like to get promoted. Oh, I had no idea you wanted to get promoted. Yeah, motherfucker, why do you think I've been working so hard? I just thought you were a good worker. No, motherfucker, it's to get promoted. Like, I would like to move up. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Had I known that, I probably would have given you this promotion. Well, fuck. So now, again, it's my own fault because I didn't speak up. So then hey, now that you know, I would like to get promoted. What do I need to do to come up to the next promotion? Keep doing what you're doing. Well, now that we know, we'll put you in for the next one. All right, great, thanks. If they know, then they can, give that feedback of, well, you need to lead more teams. You need to do this. You need to do that. All right, cool, got it. Or maybe it's a toxic work environment and they promote the good old boys club and you're not in the good old boys club. And it's like, well, I need to leave this toxic work environment to find somewhere else that values my skills a lot more. You got to remember, anger is never the enemy. When handled with compassion, it fuels self-growth to help you flourish.
And with that last statement you said, that is, I want to say, it encompasses all 5 of these things that we went over. It encompasses all that together. And I mean, it takes a lot, because it takes a lot of growth to understand that anger. Because anger is a natural, even down from like a toddler. You take a toy away from a toddler, they fucking break down. That's my toy. I don't want anyone else to play with it. That whole thing, that's a natural human reaction, is anger, right? So it takes a lot of it takes a lot of development and growth in order to understand that anger. Like, you're angry because I took away your toy. Why are you angry? Because I took away, because I was playing with it and I was having fun. Well, what you don't realize is nap time. And I can't let you continue to play with that toy, because if you don't take your nap, then it's going to be detrimental to your growth and development and all that stuff. Of course, the toddler's not going to understand that. The toddler only understands is, I was having so much fun with this fucking toy and you took it away from me. Now I'm angry. But I mean,
Yeah.
toddler is not the time frame to try to teach all these lessons. But slowly, as with you and your son, he's 8 now, 7. Is the development stages of that. So just having a simple 7-year-old conversation about anger. Then, of course, as he grows up in a teenager, you have a teenager conversation. And then, of course, in adulthood, this whole conversation is going to come a whole lot easier and better. I've seen it with my daughter. So it's only one of those things where it's going to teach over time. Now, of course, as for you, of course, you're learning at a younger stage than I did. It took time for me to develop all this. And my kid is now developing it over time with me because I have grown with my kid as opposed to, I want to say unfortunate, but in our stages in life, you are able to develop a lot faster than I was able to. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm a great guy, but I like to think that our development together with my age difference of your age difference has definitely developed better for you in the long run as opposed to me. Unfortunately, it took me a lot longer to pull my head out my ass to realize what's going on in society. And I have developed that. And I like to think I sprinkled that on you so we can develop together. And we are growing tremendously together, especially just going through this podcast. There's so much stuff we have learned together as leadership, as emotional intelligence, and everything is going on. So I foresee great things for your son in the future, especially from Unky Dice and Daddy Austin.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because there's a lot of things that I'm like, man, that would have been so cool to have growing up, right? Like, I found a poster that had like emotions with different faces on it, and it had the word of the emotion underneath it, like it was content, happy, sad, confused, you know, what, like there was like, I don't know, fucking 18 freaking like faces on there. And so I was like, I would just point to it and I'm like, what face do you feel like represents you the most? And he's like, point to one. I'm like, boom, angry. Got it. Why are you angry? Toy. And I'm like, got it. I took away your toy. I understand. That is a very valid feeling. I took away your toy. However, let's look at the clock. It is 7 p.m. It is, you know, this toddler. I'm like, it is your bedtime. That means the toy needs to go away for the night so you can get to sleep. And guess what? That toy, it'll be there in the morning and you continue playing with it. But I don't want to. Okay, that's your choice. But the choice right now is, how are you going to react to your anger and me saying it's bedtime? You can either say, okay, you can get upset and throw a tantrum, which is what you're doing, or we can have we can find a compromise between the two where you can say, can I have 10 more minutes? And I could say yes, or no, or whatever the case is, and we can negotiate. And go, okay, can I have 10 more minutes? I'll give you 5. Okay, I'll play for 5 more minutes. Deal. And then I walk away and he's not upset. And I'm like, after 5 minutes though, toy goes away for the night. Okay. And then after the 5 minutes, all right, bud, toy's away. Okay, Dad. And it's not a fight anymore. And I'm like, that cost me 5 minutes of time that I would have spent with him laying on the ground fighting him anyway. What's that?
For 5 minutes.
5 minutes to me? Nothing.
Right.
So it's, you know, like you can have those conversations all the way as they grow up, and now you're starting to get it better. But yeah, anger. I was taught at a very young age, no, you should never be angry. Anger leads to bad decisions and poor judgment. Don't ever be angry. And I always, and I was always taught, don't ever make decisions out of anger. And I always thought that meant anger must be bad. Can't be angry because anger is bad. Anger leads to bad decisions. The problem is it's a natural reaction. So now as I've grown older, I'm like, it's not bad to be angry. I just need to be able to realize why I'm angry. Then with that knowledge in hand and me armed with that knowledge, I can make a better decision with that having that anger inside me. I'm angry because my wife didn't do what she promised she said she was going to do. She texted me all day about XYZ, And then I got home and she fell asleep. And so now I'm angry. And so now I talk to her. I'm like, hey, I don't like this. Okay, well that makes sense. I can understand why you're angry. But if I just bottle it up and go play video games, that turns to resentment. That turns to me finding something else, right? Like it spirals out of control.
The silent treatment never really works, right? Because you're just bottling it up. Just like how you're being silent about your final third.
Fuck, I was getting ready to say the exact same thing.
Nailed.
I'm so angry that you beat me to that. I'm angry that you beat me to it because I wanted to say, I was like, that's a great segue. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Good job,
I caught that real quick.
Well,
thanks.
Well done. Well done. Upset that you beat me to it, but, tit for tat, I guess. But, yeah.
That also is not a good anger tool, by the way. Doing tit for tat.
Bad one.
Just because you did it doesn't mean I should do it. Two wrongs don't make a right, that type situation. Anyway, final third.
But 3 do, right? 3 left, make a right. All right, so the spice.
No, it puts us back in the same spot.
Through. Yeah, there you go. The spice has come through.
Yes. And if you retro inhale, that spice is there.
Fact. There's a nuttiness, like a creamy nutty. It's like almost chewy. Have you ever had unsalted peanuts?
Yes. Why, I don't know, but yes.
But that's what it reminds me of a little bit. Like that chewy, I don't want to say peanutty, right? Because it's not quite peanuts, but like that chewy, nutty flavor with a little bit of cream and spice is what it reminds me of.
Like if you was to take an empty can of mixed nuts.
Stop it. Stop it.
But yeah, I can agree with you more. I mean,
you inhale the dust and then the black pepper right after.
Yeah, and then that's what you get. I'm telling you, that's what. No, we're not going that in depth, but 100%. Like I got it on the retro inhale first, and then that's like all I got was like I think you described it best, like a nutty, spicy mixture with a kind of creamy on the palate sort of ambiance.
Like a chewy,
but overall, I mean, the overall, like the cigar, I enjoyed the cigar. It had 3 distinct thirds, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it had 3 distinct thirds that blended well together.
Yes,
like it flowed very well.
Yeah, it wasn't like, what the fuck?
It wasn't like, hey, I have cedar and leather and earth, and then next thing you know, it's like, I have creamy and sweet and cocoa. And you're like, wait, what? How did those change?
Yeah.
And then like the final third was like, all right, here's some red pepper and some earth, bitch. Like, fucking take it. Why did this change so drastically?
So Crown Heads did good with the Coronetta. Coronetta is normally, I don't want to say normally, Coronetta is like a smaller version of their already encompassed fucking catalog.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I think now, I have not smoked this in its entirety. I'm not a Crown Heads expert. I'd like to be Crown Heads. If you want to send me a bunch of your cigars for me to become an expert, I'd love to become an expert. But I honestly think I enjoy the Coronetta series more, probably more than any other Crown Heads series. Now, Mil Dia is a very close second for me.
Yes,
but I really like the Coronetta series. I just think they're very well put together, and they flow very well, and the flavors are good.
Well, the construction was wonderful. The ash was phenomenal. The smoke output was not like over the moon. Like, oh my god, look at this motherfucker. The burn line was excellent. Everything about it worked.
I agree. So, that would lead me to ask: single, 5-pack.
It's time to answer the question: Is a cigar box worthy? 5-pack or just 1 or 2?
And I was hoping you asked that question. I don't know why I was hoping, because you ask it every episode. We ask it every episode. 100%. And I think you will agree. It's a box worthy cigar for me, all encompassed. It's not like a 3-hour smoke. It's a perfect.
No.
Perfect,
Maybe
like,
hour and a half at most.
It's a perfect hot summer night in Vegas smoke, because you're not outside in the heat all night. It's a great cigar. 100% box worthy all day long for me.
Yeah. It's funny because I see you nubbing it, right? Like you have your cigar poker out and you're still puffing on it, trying to get the last little bit. And
I want all of it.
I just poked mine because I was like, it was starting to get spicy on my fingers. No, I totally agree. I think box worthy all day. This has been a phenomenal cigar. The construction was great. I don't even remember how long we've had this cigar. Or at least I should say I've had this cigar. It's been a minute, but it's such a good smoke. It's very well put together. The construction's great. The burn line is I would say pretty good. Towards the end, I started getting a little tumbling. That could be because I'm smoking outside and it's supposed to wind. Whatever. But like, it's so minuscule, I don't even care. The smoke output has been phenomenal. The taste, the flavors, right up there with what I expect from Crowned Heads. Box worthy all day.
Well, I mean, you're nubbing yours too. It says a lot. I don't want to say this is the catalytic, like, ultimate test on a cigar, but if I am nubbing a cigar, if I'm putting my poker in it so I can nub a cigar because I don't want it to end, that is speaking volumes without saying words. Without saying words. I mean, because if it was just an okay cigar, what I'd be like, okay, I'm done with this one, also, I'm gonna go ahead and sit it down, light up with something else or something, right? But no, I want no pun intended, I want all the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, so like if you look back at our past cigar of the season winners, right? Like you look at the Obrigado, the all these other cigars, right? Those are ones that we like. You typically, if anyone can see us on the webcam, right? Like it would be you and me nubbing the shit out of these cigars towards the end of the episode because we smoked them down and we're like trying to get the last little bit of the smoke out.
I want it all. Good. Yeah. And for our listeners, there's going to be more of us actually on camera every now and again. I kind of like it. I kind of like showing a little bit of us smoking. It gives an insight to our podcast. People can actually see that we're not just speaking. They can actually see that we're smoking. We're not just figureheads. We're actually doing what we say we're doing. So it puts a little reality to what we actually do. So there'll be more of that.
Yeah, Dice is going to tell me when he's going to put this shit online. That way I don't wear some stupid ass like
Level
workout
Up
shirt.
library.
Fucking stop it.
It doesn't matter, man.
So, for those of you who probably don't know, I tend, especially in the summer, to wear whatever fucking shirt I care. I don't care about. I don't care about a lot of. I have workout shirts. I have yard work shirts. I tend to wear those shirts when I smoke. Like I'm not all dressed up, looking all nice and spiffy. I don't care. It's smoking a cigar with my boy, talking on the podcast. So if you guys take offense to the way I'm dressed or how I look, blow it out the ass. But that's just me. I'm just letting everybody know because people are like, I don't know. I feel, and this may be a presumptuous opinion on my part, but I feel like there's a lot of cigar influencers out there that get very dressed up. They show the watch. They fucking have the drink and all this other. They make it look all pretty for Instagram or whatever. and that's not me. I'm out in Hey Dudes, athletic shorts, and a fucking shirt that I don't give two shits about.
Man, we all about relaxation, focus on the message, and enjoying a good cigar with a nice adult beverage. So, you don't wear whatever. Man, come on. Stop playing. This was a good episode. Right. My name is Dice.
And I'm Austin, and great leaders love great cigars.
All right, facts. Fuck boy.
Thank you for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. The comments and opinions expressed by the host and guests does not reflect the opinions of those that broadcast this show, nor does it reflect any of our affiliates.